Hello everybody. So we are working on a 2023 reading. For people that don't know, I've already done a general 2023 reading underneath my YouTube channel. As well, I have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces complete. And so today we are working on the energy of Aries, and that means your sun, moon, or rising. I also did a painting in relation to our 2023, which you'll see in our general reading. And so you might see some messages in there if they pop out to you. I'm also going to be doing a blog through robinshealing.com, and that's something I'm going to continue to work on to give you extra messages through my blog in ways that I can support you on a deeper level, okay? So right away, I'm feeling like my nose is acting up. And so my connection to the nose is simply the stomach. So what are we worried about is one question. What are we worried about? Okay. I'm getting that if you're worried about superficial things, like how much money you have, what other people think, what you're wearing, what your clothes are like, things like that, what's going to be coming up in 2023 for you as just like a general thing for all Aries, is that I get that maybe you care about what you wear because you might find it makes you feel better. But there's something deeper going on that way, because what's coming up here is that it's still not about the way that you look. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's about how you feel. And so if you can remind yourself through your 2023 to look deeper into the mirror and do any type of mirror work, that will be helpful. What that means is just allowing yourself to love yourself unconditionally through all aspects of yourself unconditionally. So an affirmation might be, I am supported. If you are grieving as well in 2023, you can say, I am grieving with joy and ease, something like that. And so also I'm getting that theta healing is something that will be really, really supportive for you guys in this year. For people that don't know what that is, you can check out my blog on it. In my membership group, you pay for a monthly fee, you get tons of theta healing, and you just receive the healing energy that comes from that. And it's really important to dig deeper. Okay, and so that's often what I'll do in a session with somebody is we'll kind of start to pull on the strings around kind of talking a little bit about maybe why there's something there. And so that feels important to acknowledge. And also I'm getting simplify. So how can we simplify? So the key thing here is we don't want to overcomplicate things, right? And I'm also hearing to give credit where credit is needed. Okay, that will be really helpful, a helpful tip for you. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Again, this energy of the nose keeps coming up. It could also be related to a nosy neighbor, a peeping tomcat, someone who is also, I'm getting not afraid to get their hands dirty. But I'm also getting to laugh things off as well. So if there is someone who is accusing you of something, or someone who's not seeing you in your light that you deserve to be seen in, just make apologies. Just apologize if there's something that you feel like you need to apologize for, because I'm getting that apologies will be accepted, okay? So I always talk about forgiveness work because that's really been a theme in a lot of my practices lately, in my membership group with my full moon rituals, my new moon rituals. And it seems to come up for a lot of people because it seems like one of the reasons why we're not transitioning the way we would like to be is because we're still hanging on to the old, okay? So in 2023, I'm feeling like it's important to learn as much as you can, to focus as much as you can, and just to pay close attention this year, okay? Really important. It's also related to money, family, things like that. But forgiveness is really important, okay? I'm an Aries as well, so I definitely relate that to myself. One thing I was noticing in the painting that I did was death, that I feel like in my family specifically there's going to be a death, and that was also coming up in some of the readings. So losing a loved one of any sort, whether they're distant or not, can be troublesome. So I think it's important to appreciate the grief process, what grieving means, how to grieve. I also have underneath my playlist, Rituals and Practices through YouTube, a grief ceremony. So you can receive the Theta Healing downloads and Reiki healing offered there as much as you want, okay? Angel of Freedom is just talking about meeting new people, meeting up with old friends that you really get along with, and it feels like it's like that's where the laughter comes up as well, that need or that desire to just laugh more, especially where there's some forgiveness stuff coming up. I'm getting that there might be someone watching as well who's judgmental, and so this was coming up in, I think, my Pisces reading too. So pay attention to your sun, moon, and rising, and it's just like that's where the mirror work comes up, and it's so important, because it's like when you're judging somebody else, just reminding yourself that there's something going on with you, that you are the one that needs to change, because it's so easy to say, oh, they did this to me, or they're this way, and I catch myself doing it. That's probably why it's coming up here, because it's more about pay attention to control. Okay, where you're trying to control things instead of just surrendering to people, to the moment, to love life, to family, to friends. Okay, so surrender. I'm also getting to buy more scratch tickets. Okay, there's my little puppy there. Eight of Pentacles. So we're seeing money coming up a lot. I also, for myself anyway, this year have a lot of changes and plans coming up. So make sure you're doing a New Year's resolution. If you're not underneath my email list, you might want to make sure that you join that as well. I'm going to be doing some 2023 specials on some readings, and I'm starting to do readings in different ways. So by phone, through an unlisted YouTube video, by email, all kinds of stuff like that. So right now I'm doing 15 and 30-minute readings over Zoom, but I'm feeling like flexibility will be really supportive this year anyway. So if you're hopping on, you can let me know what sign you are, and I will give you a general message. If you haven't checked out your messages already, just go on to Horseman Readings YouTube channel and check out some of those videos I have. So again, money is clearly a big part of this year. What comes up here is just grounding into the earth a bit more. It feels like where we do need to laugh a bit more, it feels like when you're outside, it's going to be easier to let things go. It's going to be easier to forgive. It's going to be easier to release the tension, or things that you might have been suppressing as well. That's definitely coming up, because it's like, I feel like for 2023, you guys are going to be working more on suppression, like what that means. That's something I help a lot of people with. So if you notice you have a lot of heaviness around your heart, or a lot of things that you don't talk about, then that means we should work together. And it also feels like publicity is coming up too. It's about being a public figure as well. So it feels like you're learning how to shift your energy and your vibration so that you can adapt to new situations. It could be related to volunteer involvement as well, working a bit more in with the community, getting your hands, I keep getting your hands dirty, that sort of thing, getting your feet wet. So it could be like starting new projects, things like that. That feels really healthy. I relate that to some of the stuff I have planned coming up. So again, make sure you're tuning into all my stuff so you can see all my updates. The Tower. Ooh. Okay, so the Tower is really about what's coming up here is problem solving, okay? I know for myself anyway, I tend to be the problem solver. Everybody comes to me to solve the problem. But I was saying about suppressing our energy. It kind of feels like that's old. That's really old and icky. Probably why I was saying the theta healing will be helpful, because what's coming up here is just you've got to not just go with the flow, as we were talking about in the Devil card, but you've got to ease up a notch. It's time to let things go on a deeper level, so rinse your eyes, clear your eyes, get a tissue. It's time to release that tension, that animosity, that pity party, poor me mindset. It's time. We are naturally optimistic people. When we're not happy, we're not happy. And so this is really putting the puzzle pieces back together. Help a friend, help a neighbor, help your family member, help society, and just keep going, okay? Keep going. If there are some politics, become an advocate for people. Promote others as well. That's something I'm going to be doing more of. I'm going to be getting back into my podcast stuff, which I absolutely adore. And if you want to check out some of my playlists around my podcast too, you might find some of the people under there helpful for you too. All right, guys, so it's going to be an interesting year, and congratulations for anyone that's getting married. And it feels like there's some anniversaries that are worth celebrating this year. I don't know if you're having like a big anniversary of some sort, but it feels like a lot of the drama is being put to the side or to the wayside. So you don't have to worry about drama anymore, okay? So just enjoy life and live large this year. Goodbye, folks, and thanks so much for taking the time to subscribe and watch this. Bye for now. Book in through robinsealing.com.